Well, hello and welcome to this week's broadcast. I am Anne La Follette, a service pattern designer, online educator, and creative entrepreneur. And over the course of the summer, I am going to be sharing this summer spotlight series on some of the students from my Pattern Design Academy program. And you are in for a real treat. I wanted to let you know that sometimes these videos will be broken up into two parts so that they're not too long and you have an opportunity to see as much as possible of these students' stories and the work that they're now producing as surface pattern designers. Each of their stories is truly unique and I can't wait to jump right in. So let's get started.
It's been a year and of learning this and trying to figure out what do I do next? What do I do next? And when you asked me to do this spotlight, I thought, well, I have nothing to show other than Instagram. I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but it was a kick in the pants to get going. And so the other evening, I decided that's it. I just need to do it. So I purchased a couple domains. I purchased some subscriptions to kind of get going on the next step. And I've been supporting my husband for 18 years with his business, and he designed his website. So he said, well, I'll design yours and you show me anything you want and he'll build it. So I'm really excited.
So can we just give a shout out to his name's Chuck, right?
Chuck. He's in the other room.
Yeah. Can we just give a big shout out to Chuck? Because Chuck is like the dude of the day. Because he is so supportive of you, and he's been saying in the comments how incredibly talented you are. We all agree.
Gosh.
We all agree, Chuck, and it's just such a pleasure to be able to talk to you, get to know you better, and also share your talent with everyone. You know, I think one of the things that you started out saying, and we all really struggle with this, is we both are sort of inward looking. And we also have this crazy notion that our art should look like Picasso's, or maybe it's not Picasso in your example, right? But we don't realize that especially your type of artwork it's uniquely yours. And it doesn't seem that it actually comes that hard to you, which is an incredible gift for those of us who actually don't have a natural inclination towards either black and white drawing or the type of detail or the non-floral world. And so it's an incredible blessing. It's an incredible blessing to both have an opportunity to sort of showcase your work, but also to tell you that you are incredibly talented. And I know you believe that. I know you believe that. You just have to tell that. And we need to tell you that more and more to cheer you on and to help you and continue to move forward, because you have so much to offer. So many fabulous opportunities to get your artwork in the world.
Thank you. Well, I'm just constantly being inspired by you and Bonnie and this Alex Cleon book. It's okay to go slow as long as I don't stop, and to put things in place to just get started. That's all I'm doing, is I'm just getting started. I'm getting, some artwork out there. I'm just learning so much, and I want to learn. It's more than, and one thing I got out of this book is, it's not just about my art. I feel like I've been out there, vote for me, look at my art. But it's not about that. It's about, collaboration in this community and supporting one another and lifting each other up and cheering each other on. And so I want to make sure that's part of me out there and not just, hey, look what I do. So it's really, right now, I'm just really formulating, a mission and a purpose of what I'm doing next, and not just the next challenge or the next drawing, but what is the big picture for me? I don't have any answers. It's day by day right now. And the biggest thing is I do something every day, and I just keep going.
Yeah.
I don't want to peter out in 6 months. And so I have to figure out, what is it going to take to do that?
Yeah. Yeah. So I want a couple of things that have come up in the comments I think are so important. One is that One is that Kyle Young said it's a really important reminder that even when something comes kind of naturally to us, so for example, you've been drawing on the side of boxes to give them the name, or you then created things to gift to other people because you're heart-centered, creative, and want to give back and serve in such a beautiful way. She just said it doesn't mean that it's not amazing, right? Some of this comes to you naturally, that doesn't mean it's not freaking amazing, because it is amazing. And then Chuck said, it is amazing how talented you are, but she works really, really hard at it. And so I want to also embrace that too, that it does take hard work. And you just expressed how important it is for you to figure out, how do I keep going? How do I keep putting, one foot in front of the other? How do I continue to be inspired in my creativity, so that you can continue to do it every day? And you've got 2 quotes. I saw 2 of your favorite quotes. I think they're in your email signature. Do you want to talk about those for a second?
Part of what I learned is, surround yourself with your mentors, the art that inspires you, the sayings that are inspiring you. I just put it in front of you and look at it every day. And
well, I think one of them is from me and one of them is from Bonnie. So one is, do at least one thing every day, and then it only takes 10 seconds of courage.
Yes, that was huge for me.
One of the reasons I love to do these spotlights is because, of course, I want to feature students who've come through my Academy program and showcase how different each one of you is, right? Every single one of you is totally unique. And so talk to us just a little bit about what are some of your initial ideas about that? Or how do you even try to think about it?
Oh, I'm trying to figure that out. I was inspired, how do you set goals? Well, what does a surface designer look like a year from now, 2 years from now? What would I be doing? What does that look like? Where could I go? I don't know. Maybe it's still a part of fear in me to say, I will be a fabric designer. I will be a children's book art illustrator. I will be, I don't know. And then people are saying, well, you got to pick one industry, start there. Okay, that sounds reasonable. That sounds smart to do that, so you don't get overwhelmed. Okay, I get that. I don't know. I think once I get, it takes so much work to get the patterns ready for Spoonflower, to get them ready for the POD sites. I think I want to do that. I want to take those steps and get them prepped and out there and up and running and point people to them. And to speak through the fear is to say, yeah, I'd love to have, fabric, used by people to, for their kids and for their industries or whatever they're doing. I don't know.
And I think that,
it's
listen,
so hard.
It is really hard. It is totally really hard. And so, listen, my biggest piece of advice is let it be, right? Just let it be. Just do what you're doing right now, and the answer will emerge over time. And you don't want to force it, because you want it to be sort of a natural, either aha moment or a natural, it's like, okay, I actually see it now. I see, I'm just picking children's illustration, or I see it now, coloring books with digital downloads, or there's so many options. And sometimes having so many options can also be overwhelming, because it's like, well, none of them are speaking to me right now, so I don't know what to pick. I'm just going to keep focusing on the work. I'm just going to keep creating more artwork. I'm going to get all of the patterns ready for either Spoonflower or for the print-on-demand sites, and then the answer will eventually emerge. But one of the things I was just thinking about earlier this morning is how important it is for us to enjoy the journey. And that comes back also to your comment about not wanting to burn out, right? You have to figure out how to continue to incorporate what it is that you're doing with your full-time job, and you're fine. Everyone's path is completely unique, and you need to sort of embrace the journey and make sure that you're enjoying the journey and you're not feeling like you're in a huge rush, right? You don't have to be in a huge rush, because the answer will eventually emerge.
Right. And I think keeping in the back or in the front of my mind actually is to remember it's not necessarily going to come to me. The art directors or whoever aren't necessarily. So I shouldn't wait for that. I will have to make a portfolio. I will have to present. I will have to sell myself and not fear that or stay away from that.
Yeah.
I will have to do that at some point.
So when you're ready to do that, so this is another thing that I learned actually from one of my mentors, Amy Porterfield, is that who's an online, she teaches courses on how to make courses. She's like so meta, right? She teaches a course on how to make courses. Yeah. So how to teach online, essentially. And she said, don't think about step 100, right? Don't think about step 100. Because that's super overwhelming. Just think about the steps. Just think about your next 3 steps. And then check off those next 3 steps and then move on to steps 4 through 6 and then 7 through 10. And because by the time you are ready to identify a particular industry that you want to focus on, or you actually have an art director's contact and you're ready to make that phone call or to send that email, that is so much farther down the road, and your confidence at that stage will be completely different from the confidence that you have right now, and it will feel like a very natural progression. It'll feel like a very natural progression because you will feel like this art that I have will absolutely be incredible in your store. Or I'm picking like Anthropologie, for example. It would be unbelievable in the kitchen section of Anthropologie. And so the whole conversation is less about selling and more about, I can see it. You can see it. Look at it. It's like, oh my gosh, you got to have it. So, or Target, a set of plates in Target, plates and napkins and plastic placemats and forks and knives and spoons or whatever with your really, really colorful designs on them. It's like Target, no brainer. No, right? But that's not right now. That's not right now. So enjoying the journey and enjoying where you are right now is perfect. And I think you're doing exactly the right thing, which is just to continue to focus on the work.
Well, and I feel like for, 30 years of just drawing and giving it away and drawing and, selling it for pennies, I feel like I've just come so far in the last year of being able to answer that question. What do I do now? What do I do with this art? How do I get it out there? And now I'm at those baby steps of getting it out there. So I'm just one step at a time and constantly trying not to compare myself to everybody, in the challenges that are, different than me. Not They're better, different. But different.
They're totally different. They're totally, totally different. So Jane Foster is, she said, I see you as a children's book illustrator. You can draw where others struggle. It shouts loud and clear to me. Even fabric for children's clothes or curtains or nurseries. I wish you great success, Roberta.
Thank you, Jane.
So awesome. So then Mary says, keep in mind why you are doing this, to share with others who will resonate with it, to bring joy to others. Yeah, which is similar to what Mary Ann did. We did a spotlight with Mary Ann, I think about 3 weeks ago or so, and she has on her website the fact that it's the most amazing feeling to have somebody, to give somebody a piece of your art and see the joy on their face when they get it. And, right, which is so incredible. So incredible. All right. So let me see. Is there anything else that you wanted to show us? Did we spend enough time on show and tell? Is there anything people love show and tell? So is there anything else you'd like to show us on screen?
I've got a couple of my sketches just to talk about process. I think I heard or read somewhere, it's not just the product that we produce. It's not the pattern, but people want to know about the story behind it and the journey we got to it. And so one journey that I thought was really fun was the mushroom challenge back in the fall, I think it was. I had no idea. Mushrooms? Are you kidding me? So I just went searching, I just Googled mushroom illustrations to get ideas of what mushrooms look like. And then I saw something about a little dancing character. And so I thought, why not merge the two together? So I I think I posted a little video during that time of the illustration of the mushroom illustrations that I had drawn, and then the dancing little characters without a head, which would then become the mushroom. So here's
lovely.
Here's the pieces that I drew.
Oh my gosh, I love the dancing mushrooms.
And just trial and error. Whoop.
How adorable. Those are fantastic. And showing your process is so much fun. It's really fun. Now, are you drawing just on regular paper?
I was drawing on paper. Let's see, where am I going with this?
So cute. So cute. That guy with the round head is adorable. They're all fantastic. And they're all kind of different fancy mushrooms. You've got some, I don't know my mushroom names, but you've got some really fancy mushrooms. The ones where the head is going up like that, that's a very specific, like shiitake mushroom or something like that.
Yeah. So I went and from the illustrations I saw on Google of different types of mushrooms, I just sketched them. And then I looked up dancing stick figures of, images. And so I just drew stick figures, and then I, kind of put the tops of the mushrooms on the bodies. And then these are just the inking that I put the tracing paper over the top of the sketch pad and inked them out and made sure I got, fill in little images, little mushrooms or little butterflies and
little
snails,
right?
Yeah. So you can make anything out of anything,
Yeah. And so is that actually on your Instagram account somewhere?
Yeah, that would be the mushroom. There's a blue background and a green background.
All right.
I haven't been keeping up my Instagram the last few weeks. Just life has been busy and spending a lot of time designing.
That is okay. That is totally okay. So I just want to scroll down and see your cute dancing mushrooms. Oh, so I love the fact that you're doing some other screenshots of the work, and so there's a great shot here of your Illustrator with the dancing sweater birds, and then here are the dancing mushrooms. Look at how this came out, you guys. This is incredible. Roberta, this is just fabulous. It's these could be characters too. And I love the fact that they're singing, right? There's music, right? Because you included some musical notes, and it's just phenomenal. Just beautiful. And so, yes, you can be inspired by anything, and it is not all about flowers. So that is outstanding. So listen, I just want to say how grateful I am that you have spent this almost hour with me and with my creative community. It's incredibly inspiring to hear your unique story, the journey that you're on as an artist, illustrator, and surface designer. And I know we're obviously going to stay in touch. And just thank you for spending this time with us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I know you had actually invited me right after the class last year, and I was just not in a good place. I didn't know where I was going or what I was doing or anything. And I appreciate that you asked again, because it challenged me to make another step forward into, some challenges. And I just really appreciate this. And thank you, everyone, for joining and listening in.
Follow her on Instagram. Yeah. Click that link and follow her on Instagram. So there you have it. I hope that you are enjoying this summer spotlight series, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. I always like to say in closing that I am Anne La Follette, and it's never too late to create. Bye for now, and I'll see you next week. If you enjoyed this broadcast, don't forget to pop over to my website, ANNELaFolletteArt.com, and you'll land on a page that looks like this. If you scroll down just a little bit, I'm always highlighting in this banner area something new that's happening in my business or something that I would love for you to explore. And so always pop over here and check this area out. In addition, if you scroll down a little bit further, I'm always changing up my offerings in order to serve you best and continue to share the latest and greatest information about the surface design industry and how you can craft a career that you love in pattern design. If you scroll all the way to the bottom of the page, you can follow me on Instagram and then also pop over to my YouTube channel. And I would love for you to hit the red subscribe button as well as the little bell so that you're notified whenever I have a new broadcast. Thank you so much for being a part of my creative community, and bye for now.